What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 9 of RealtyCheck. I'm Jake Garrett here with Vinny Martin. Today we're going to be talking about investing in different markets as both a landlord and even in some cases as a house flipper as well. So what we're going to talk about a little bit of basic stuff, guys, but just to kind of get your thoughts on maybe something that you haven't thought about before, maybe some different markets and different areas that but in the past you never thought about investing in. So, you know, if you're an amateur investor, guys, meaning if you're new to investing, say you own one property or you're about to buy your first property, my recommendation to you is to stay local. And the reason being is you know your local real estate market better than you're going to know any other market in any other area. You know, maybe you've lived there for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, maybe you've lived there your entire life. In that scenario, you're going to know what a house is worth if you've bought a house before, if you've sold a house before, if you've worked with realtors in the area. You kind of have a better feel of, oh, here are the places that people want to live, here are the places that people want to rent, and here are the places that people kind of want to stay away from. You know, so you're going to have a really good idea of what are the good places that are going to be easy to rent, you know, in more desirable areas. You're going to know the markets, and not to mention, you learn the ins and outs of the management business, you know, of the property managing and doing what you have to do to kind of run and maintain a building. You know, it's not necessarily as simple as, okay, I buy the house, I put the renter in it, and then it's done. There's management that goes behind it. You know, there's accounting, there's maintaining the property, there's getting it rented, all these different things that you really want to know the ins and outs of. Now, you don't have to be an expert on property management, but it helps to know how to properly run a building if you do decide to choose to invest in other markets, and you're not going to do the property management if it's an hour, 2 hours, 5 hours away, 10 hours away. Maybe you have to take a plane to get there. You know, you're not going to do the property management. You're going to hire someone else, and you don't want them to be able to take advantage of you because you don't know the ins and outs. You don't know how to properly run a building. So not only that, you'll be able to you know the local markets. You'll know where the good and the bad areas are. You'll buy a better investment property, and overall it'll just be a better experience. I think that's the safest way for you to get started if you're a new investor. Now, if you're a seasoned investor, you already know how to run a building the proper way. You might own multiple properties, and maybe you're looking at your local market like we are around here and saying, okay, you know, in the Dutchess County, Hudson Valley area, and really in southern New York in general, property taxes and the cost of living are so high that your money just doesn't go as far as it could. So I'm going to let Vinny talk about what happens if now you become a seasoned investor, you have some cash, or maybe you have some abilities to do a 1031 exchange, whatever it may be, and you want to kind of double down on your return. You want to expand that cash flow and you know, obviously increase your returns. And I'm going to let Vinny talk about that.
Yeah, definitely. Like Jake was saying, once you become a little bit more seasoned, you have your feet wet, and you're looking to invest in different areas, really expand your portfolio, you know, whatever it may be, it is, you know, something that you would want to do is look down south. You know, we're here in New York where taxes are high. Like Jake was saying, expenses are a little bit on the higher end, where if you start looking in different markets, for example, Georgia, you know, Tennessee, out in Arizona, where the taxes are a lot less and your money is going to go a lot farther. You know, prime example, if say you have about $70,000 cash, you know, what it might buy you up here, you might be able to get, you know, a two-person apartment up here, you know, a duplex, or maybe like a condo up here where, you know, you can, let's just say you could rent it out for about $1,500 a month, maybe $1,800 a month. You take that same, you know, $70,000, $80,000 cash, and you go out and invest it down south, say in Georgia, where you can buy, you know, a couple different properties, you know, a handful of different properties, and now your cash flow monthly is double, maybe even triple what it could be. So again, it is smart to really expand your horizon, look at different markets. it is definitely something to look into. Once you get your feet wet, like Jake was saying, you really want to understand what it takes, to run a property. Because if, say, you're living up here and you're buying properties down south and other places where you may not be able to be full time, you need to understand the expenses and everything that's going to be going into that property. Which is something that you need to know. But again, we will have a video on going into more specific things as a landlord, which you guys will be able to see as well. So take care. We'll see you guys soon.